This
Training or staffing
conference will
purpose.
now be recorded.
Okay, so based on what is needed in the market, how the where we are heading to, the entire industry heading to, regardless of the area you are going to work, the cloud is needed, powered by the data, right? So data has been accumulated over a period of time. How data can be used for the betterment of business and a lot of other factors also. How we can leverage the cloud infrastructure, cloud techniques, and also uh, how the data can be efficiently used. So by keeping in mind all these core areas, we have established a well-defined enablement program that we are going to use to enable you to work for us and our customers. That's the idea. Okay. As Radhikant mentioned, the core members of this practice, right now, me, Radhikant, two more folks from India, we are in the industry for a very long time. Myself and Radhikant has got close to 25 years of experience, and other two folks has 15 or 18 years of experience overall. Okay, all are experts in cloud, and we know what do we need, what the market needs, and we are enabling people to focus only on those areas. Cloud is itself huge, right? When you create AWS, there are more than 100 services. So do we need to learn everything? No. But we want to know the concepts, we want to know the use cases, what is being used, what are the techniques in terms of building your data platform. Okay. So those are the areas we'll be focusing. So all we need is a good people who can show the commitment to work with us uh, for a considerable time and grow with us. That's the whole idea of this initiative. And we can have a Q&A session towards the end of it. Please participate, shoot our questions, so that it could be a kind of collaborative effort to make this practice good. Yeah, Radhika.
Just to highlight, right? Vijay is talking. This is here, right here. You see on the screen, right? And myself, the second person, we have Padma, who has joined over the phone from India as well, and Subham, who couldn't join because of some time commitment. But we are the four folks, who will be supporting you through the enablement program, as well as support through the interview process, as well as support on the job as well. Okay, just want to make sure that you understand the support system what we have. Quickly, right, we can look at the overall ecosystem of the training, and I would say training and the training and putting in the project, right. As you see here, the program runs for close to 4 weeks. I'll come to that, but the key points that we cover in the training as well, as you see here, right? In-person classroom training, that will happen. We'll go over the schedule, when the trainings will happen. The strong foundation in AWS, that's what we will provide, of course. AWS platform, DevOps for data lakes and insight into big data, right? We cover full stack enablement, starting with the platform engineering, data engineering, and DevOps, all three aspects of the cloud engineering curriculum, I would say. Labs to address real production scenarios. Videos of the sessions will be available to all of you, and to get certified in the AWS, that preparation will also be provided so that you can get certified, which will make your placement easier within our project. Okay. Again, this is just a high level overview, what things you will get as part of the enablement process, right? This is not all, this is just to put everything together just on a one slide. So from there, I will go to actual curriculum, what we cover. As I said earlier, right, we have a full stack AWS full stack enablement program. What does that mean? I'm hoping you guys all heard about AWS or have some background on AWS. Or do you want us to give a very quick introduction on that? You guys are okay with that? You all have, right? Just want to make sure. But as part of this program, as you see here, we make you good in all aspects of the cloud engineering or cloud curriculum, right? Starting with platform engineering, right? Things like how to set up services. There are network services, storage services, other database services, all that. Then how to do data engineering on top of that. Things like, how to do big data on cloud, how to move around data, right? Those kind of stuff. How to build a data warehouse on cloud, right? Which are very, I would say, top-notch requirements in the industry right now. Then third one is AWS DevOps, how to develop, how to deploy, how to support in production. So these are all the different aspects of cloud engineering program that, which we will teach, will make you good at. Now, at the end, you may want to become a platform engineer because that's where you're good at, right? Or you want to, hey, you are a data guy, you want to be focusing more on the data side of it, right? Or I want to be a DevOps engineer, right? But just to tell you, right, we focus more on the data engineering side with foundation on the cloud, what you call platform engineering, and with some DevOps background as well. Okay, so that's how we structure our program, so that at the end of it, you become a good or strong data engineer, cloud engineer, with strong foundation on platform engineering and DevOps. Okay, that's what you will come out to be. But you may ask, hey, what kind of role I can do, right? Of course, based on your skills, I won't say skill set, your number of experience that you have, we can prepare you for different roles, like starting with AWS data engineer. That's, I won't say entry level, but data engineer with few years experience, to senior data engineer or senior AWS engineer, or even principal data engineer to architect. Any level we can build it. That we'll talk about in details in a moment, but based on your current experience, we can bring you up into to that level. Okay, so that discussion will happen later after we have the 1 month of training. Okay. Again, you guys can ask, if you have any question, definitely we can go to the QA session at the end. Let's go to the curriculum. Vijay, want to cover this curriculum, what we cover?
Yeah. Okay. So what you are going to learn, as I said some time back, we are not going to take a deep dive into our 100 plus services, or not even peripheral. So we know what are the core services from a cloud, from AWS standpoint, needed for the market. Okay. So the way we have formulated it, we'll start with what is cloud computing, right? Why do we need that? So we start from the concepts and fundamentals and navigate to which service is being used for which use case. Okay. End of the day, the use case remains same, right? So we clearly articulate what are the core services, how they integrate with each other, and how easy to make it available, how we can optimize that. Okay. For example, one of the mantra in cloud is decoupled architecture. What is that? Your storage and compute. End of the day, data has to, the files that you create, or data you're going to create, has to be stored in some place, right? So in the cloud world, uh, the storages can be infinitely scalable. Okay, there are multiple storage systems available based on the need. Similarly, compute operation, or if you want a database, the data can be stored in something called cheaper S3 service, and computing can be done within the database. So all these kind of key techniques and concepts will be covered in this program, Cloud Foundation program. Okay, Cloud slash AWS Foundation program. We will cover in detail so that your concepts are clear. So when you start working in as a, I call it as full stack AWS engineer, you can easily integrate any new services coming based on the use case with the existing services. Okay, so those are the key things we will cover. We can confidently say that after this program, your foundation will be all set to build it up. That's what we are planning. Okay. Yeah, this is some of the core services we'll be covering. Yeah, we can move on.
These are the two major, two slides that cover some major services, inside cloud, AWS cloud. Apart from that, right, I have put one more slide here, which focuses on data engineering part of it. As you see here, starting with Python on the left side, right? So you need a strong language foundation to do any data engineering on any place, on any platform, in fact, right? So we do focus on Python. If you have some language background, that will be great. If not, we would like to make you good in Python. Okay, so that's we do some work on that, so that right, you get average, at least average on Python. Then I see, as you see here on the left side, also we have Hadoop. So one of the key aspects or key technology we focus on cloud is Hadoop technology. Again, Hadoop is a very large ecosystem. We don't cover every aspect of it, right? Every technology of it. So we cover a couple of technology, as you see here, Hive and Spark. These are the two main technologies we cover from the Hadoop side, right? And then we get into directly go to the projects, right? By this time you are strong in the AWS platform engineering with Python language foundation and Hive and Spark, which is from Hadoop. Will build projects, okay, use cases, and using those services that we have learned so far. Okay, so S3 is a storage, Lambda is a trigger mechanism, right? Glue is a you can build your AWS jobs, right? Redshift is a data warehouse. So there are several data service related services, okay, that will focus and build some use cases, build some projects using your Python learning, using your PySpark learning, and that way you will get a real sense of how projects work in a real environment, in actual environment, rather than just teaching you concepts. We build some projects and you work through it, right? Creating different modules, creating different storage layers, then you move the data between the layers, create data warehouse, all that stuff from start to finish. That way you get a real idea how exactly you have to perform the job, right? Or perform the work at your real job. Okay. Then as you see here also, you cover some of the AWS DevOps concepts as well, starting with Git, PyCharm, Jenkins, Terraform. Those are some of the deployment, development techniques or the tools that you need, right? Apart from platform and data side of it, what I cover, right? Of course, in the meantime, we would encourage you to get certified. To have a certification on the resume is always great. So that doesn't mean that you cannot have a job without certification, but that's something always we encourage, just to put a good stamp on your a good credential on your resume as well. Okay. So these 3 slides covers kind of all the different topics or different services we cover on the cloud. But as you see here, starting with platform engineering, doing some language, building some language foundation. There is some Hadoop or big data foundation as well. Then building everything. Then everything, right after that, everything is all building use cases and projects. Okay. So that's how we have structured our curriculum, right? So that by the end of it, you have understanding of you have a good strong foundation on the platform itself, good understanding of a language like Python, some understanding of the key Hadoop components like Hive and Spark, then how to do projects using those services on cloud, right? That kind of gives you 360 view of your 360 profile of your resume, right? That's what it builds eventually. Okay. I'll go to the next slide. I'll not, there's no point covering a lot of stuff. We just want to make it short and to the point, right? And this is how, if you see here, how it is structured in terms of weeks allocation. As you see here, you might say, hey, how could we complete in so quickly? 2 weeks of data in platform engineering, 2 weeks of data engineering, then rest is all preparation. So what is our mantra? Like as Vijay said, we are not into teaching everything, 100 different services in all these platforms, right? AWS and all that. We'll quickly go over whatever needs needed in 2 weeks, right? Same thing on the data engineering, say whatever is needed in 2 weeks, and rather focus more time in building projects. As you see here, project interview process, this could pretty much go through until you get placed in our projects, right? This could, after 4 weeks, it could take another 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks to get you ready, because this is where the actual You do the projects, you do a lot of use case, build a lot of use cases, right? Refine your techniques, how you tell about the project, get to the details of different design patterns, right? Things like, hey, what is my ingestion design pattern? What is my storage design pattern? What is my data warehouse design pattern, right? Those technical details, right? From project standpoint, those are the things we rather focus, which will make you job ready rather than making you academic, right? So if I just keep you teaching all for 4 6 weeks, you will conceptually become great, but you may not be ready for the market, right? That's our goal. So we focus more on real-time use cases, as you see here. Okay.
Yeah, so it's 2 weeks means it will not be strictly 2 weeks. Things can be extended also. Okay, but net is we know what is needed for us. We will enable you in those areas. For that, this much time is needed, and we can definitely extend for people who really need. But we are focusing on two areas: platform engineering and data engineering for specific requirements as per the what industry needs, what our project demands. We know that what we needed, but we can cover. But all we need from you is a kind of a good commitment, complete the assignments on time. There will be a lot of hands-on activity during the class and from home also. So we have to please ensure that you have the commitment, ready to stretch a bit, so that you can go with the flow. But we'll definitely help you. We will work with each and every one during the session, but we need the commitment from you. Yeah,
Yeah,
Deepika.
just to add that, right, we have almost a session every day at 7 o'clock. For the people those who have come out of the class, their interview preparation, their project preparation, all that we every day almost. In fact, I have to cancel the class today because we have this. So almost every day we have 1 hour, 7 to 8, ongoing. It's a constant ongoing, weekends and weekdays, to tell you the truth. So that's how, as I said, it's not about just 2 weeks. Once you get the foundation on the services, foundation on the Hadoop and all that, then the rest of the weeks we make you ready with actual projects, understanding the use cases, refining your, as I said, refining your interview articulation, how you talk about the project, how do you do a project deep dive, how to talk about the challenges that you could face in the interview, right, or in the real job, how to solve it, right? So all those things we I would say, I won't say handhold you, but definitely we teach you so that you are prepared for the interview as well as for the job, right? This will all come handy when you get to the job market, get to the actual job, not job market, actual job or actual project, I would say. Okay. Again, this weeks we have put based on our experience in the last couple of years. So again, it can be stressed, it can be changed based on the requirement as we go on. After that, actually, this is the kind of last slide. Our next batch, of course, it starts on 6th February, which is coming Saturday, and we'll publish the. Again, the timings could be changed. As you see here, typically we do 3 days weekdays and 2 days weekends. Weekdays could be changed. Again, I have put Monday, Wednesday, Thursday based on everyone's availability. We can change it, but try to stick 3 days during the weekdays and full I would say 4 for 8 hours over the weekend. That way, that's the only way we complete in 2 weeks, right? Almost how much? 6 plus 10, 6 plus 4, 8, 14, 28, or close to 30 hours each section, right? Yeah, 30, 60, yeah, close to, that's right, at least the training part. Okay. Any questions? So I'll just put it, that's a QA session, but hopefully that gives you a good overview of what we do. As I said, we have close to 30 consultants working in different our projects, internal and external projects. We have a product team in India as well, who build AI ML products for last 3-4 years. They have been building. So, and Padma and Shivam, who have joined from India, they are, they are cloud and big data experts as well. They will support in the training as well as on job as well. Shubham has quite a few. Who will cover some of the platform engineering. He has quite a few certifications. How many certifications do you have, Shubham?
Hey Ratikant. Yeah, good evening. Ratikant, I have 5 certifications.
Okay.
So all 5 role-based certifications I'm having.
Great. Yeah. So just wanted to point out that people are very the support team is very qualified, and they are always be working with you, until even beyond project placement. So any questions, folks? So
Yeah, I
open
have
to
got question.
everyone. Yes.
Ratikant, yeah, this is Vishwas.
Hey, Vishwas, yeah.
How was the batch size, or how was your
Batch
last batch size, and how was the performance placement wise for them?
Yeah. So batch size typically around 10, right? I think this batch will be around 10, 12, sometimes goes up to 12, 12, 13, but around 10. So then again, right, from the last batch, we have been able to, so far, we have been able to place 2, 3, I think, one place he just got last, he's starting, in fact, he started today. One more, her final BG check is going on. So almost three folks are confirmed. There are other rest of the marketing in progress. Okay, as you see, right, after the training, our most of the time we spend is in preparation. Some people be successful right away within a couple of weeks. Some people take 4 to 6 up to 8 weeks. It could go. Okay, so most of the time, right, the placement could go from 2 to 8 weeks. So that's in progress, but typically we will get around to 60 to 80%, I would say, success rate. Again, that depends quite a bit on the commitment of the people. Out of the 10, 12 people, some people just join for, not for job change, some, just to look at the course material. They sometimes, they don't focus on some of the things anyway, right? Okay. All right. So hope that answers your questions. Right?
So that placement is within your company, or it can be outside your company as well?
Yeah, it can be both. Yeah,
Okay.
we have some direct customers also. They need help.
I see. Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
So,
Either we are all. Yeah. Go ahead.
Ratikant, this is Deepa here. Yeah, you said there are 40 engineers working in your company, and all are working in US or in India. Some of
They're
them
all
are in.
US. So the 30 I talked about, those are all in US. The people those are working in India, those most they are on product side, primarily on the product side, but the consultants are all in US.
Okay. Products like how?
Product development, we have, as I said, we have a couple of AI/ML products. So those developments happens from India. Although some of the architects are here, in fact, I do a lot of architecture on the product side myself, Vijay, and all that, right? But the actual development, AI/ML development, that happens from India. That's happening since 2016 anyway. We can demo it sometimes, the complete full-fledged product that we have built on cloud.
So how many people working in India?
We have 3 people, those who are working on the product side, and of course, Shubham and Padma, who have joined. I won't say they are working for us; they are partners. So they support from both training and project support, all that stuff. So product side, I would say we have 3 folks in India. They are dedicatedly working on the product. From the KPO partners, which is our AWS service side, we have Padma and Shubham, those who have joined the call today. Right?
Yeah, and we are building the team in India also. We just started the cloud COE here, right? So we are eventually we'll be building a bigger team in India. So we are in the process of that.
Okay. Thank you.
From
Hi,
the cons-
Ratika. This is Jayanti here. Sorry for that.
Go ahead, Jayanti.
Okay, actually, I just want to know, is there anything we have to pay before or after that sessions like that? Do you have anything, any fee structures?
I'll be very honest, Jayanti, right? We are not making it completely free, but there is a very nominal charge. Probably I have talked to a few of you, which will be reimbursed right away, right after the when you place it. Very nominal charge. We can talk over after the call, or after this thing. It's extremely nominal charge. It's not even. It's not towards training and or any of that's not our goal. Our goal is not to make money in the training or anything like that, right? Our goal is if we can place you in our projects and all that. That's our goal.
Yeah, we want to build a good team. That is our goal. Not so. Yeah, whatever we are, but we who don't have any value, right? We had some bad experience in the past, so we definitely will charge, but a very normal. We will give the money back to you once you're on project.
I understand. Thank you.
Yeah.
As Vijay said, to make it complete free, as I said, we had bad experience in the past. So people don't get serious and they come in. And so we want rather people, those who are, serious about this, right? The focus, they can put some focus on it. So anyway, we can talk about that offline. But it's very nominal, by the way.
So is there any curriculum that you can put it so that we can prepare, even for the
Absolutely.
means
So yes, Deepa, I will send out the curriculum and what are the preparation material you could get ready by yourself, right? Things like maybe a little bit on Python, right? You can start working on Python, although we'll teach you Python to some extent, but you can get started with Python. Or maybe you are not good with Linux. Maybe you want to get a little bit good on the Linux side of it, right? So there are a couple of things, right? Linux, Python, and SQL, right? These are the, if you ask me, what are the two or three prerequisites to become a successful data engineer on cloud? I would say operating system, OS, the file, which is like Linux, right? Language like Python, right? Which we'll teach anyway. We'll do that. And SQL, right? Data, anything you have to deal with data, of course, you need to be strong in SQL and database, right? So I'm assuming, or you can get good at SQL pretty quickly, but many of the folks have some understanding of SQL anyway. So, but these are the three, I won't say prerequisites, but right, but will help to be more successful in this field.
So Java is not at all used, only Python is used?
At least if you have any background on any language, that will definitely help, right? If you have worked with Java, C, C++, any of the language, that definitely your how to structure a program, you already have that, right? Because it doesn't matter whether it's Java, Scala, or Python, the basic constructs of the program doesn't change. It's the syntax changes, if you think about it, right? So whether I want to do a variable declaration, or I want to do a control loop, or your conditional, creating a function, it's all the same. Only difference is syntax. So the thought process is already there. If you work on any language, thought process is already there, and learning a syntax won't take that long. And why Python? Python is a very easy to learn language. Not only that, and at least on the AWS side, Python is heavily used. Whether we are writing, AWS data engineering jobs, or any platform engineering jobs, right? Automation jobs, they all use primarily Python. So that's the win-win.
Yeah, answer to your question, Java is not needed. Python is the most heavily used language in data engineering, platform engineering, data science, ML, everything. There's a huge pool of libraries which can be used for various purposes. Uh, if you want to write a particular task in Java, it may take 100 lines. It takes only 5 lines in Python.
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought I saw one, in the Guru 99 website, they used Java for AWS or Big Data. Both I was looking yesterday, and then they were using Java, so that's why I was
No,
curious.
Java, okay. In the cloud world, it supports many languages: Java, Python, Node.js, Go. There are so many language supports. Python is the most widely used.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Other reason, right? Because you will be learning Hadoop, right? And there we'll be teaching something called PySpark, which is Python, which is Spark on Python, right? Sorry. It has alternative, right? You can have Spark on Scala as well, but I mean, how many languages you will learn anyway? So why not to go deep on one language, which pretty much covers every area, right? So Python is becoming very popular. You might have already checked it out, right? So it is becoming very common language, and good thing it's very easy to learn. So you'll see that very it's much easier than learning Java and all that if you learn it. So.
Okay, okay, no problem.
Any other
Any,
questions?
from anyone, I can see a lot of silence. Gopal.
Well, one thing I typically do is ask your background. Any questions on your background or any specific questions? What is your what do you call motivation for this course? Anyone can come. If you have go ahead and give your opinion. Right? Hey, this is why I'm, or I don't know, I have this background and all that. You are free to talk about that as well. Is it just to learn something, career change? Hey, I know, right? So maybe any of you have any questions, we can definitely will be ready to answer that.
No, like I was wondering whether you say in the email you just mentioned it is the agenda is only preparation of the interview questions and all that. So I was thinking that there won't be any training. You will assume that already we know the language, and then you'll straight away jump into ask us to do projects and ask us to prepare for the interviews and all that. So now I know that you'll also train us in big like in the cloud computing. So that's a big relief, and it's nice to.
Absolutely. So as you see here, right, we are all industry practitioner. We are not like, hey, you are doing it just as non-technical guys, bringing a couple of folks, hey, train them and place them or do something, right? That's not what we are doing, right? We are all four of us. We are in the industry. We know exactly what is needed in the job, right? What even people ask in the interview. All of four of us, we are supporting. We have taken hundreds of interviews in this field, right? So we know exactly how to prepare. Even the interview process will be so diligent and to the point. You exactly know how to do a personal overview, the project deep dive, challenges, how to create solutions out of that, right? How to deal with dev upside, every detailed questions you could pretty much get ready before you get to the interview. Okay, so that's we are pretty confident of, and we have done it for many folks. So that's all you have to show is commitment and get driven, and rest is pretty much we can get you there. So that we are confident, pretty confident.
Ratikant, I have a question. This is Gopal here.
Go.
Yeah, so while we were talking about the timelines, right, you mentioned that the platform engineering is scheduled for 2 weeks, and then you have the data engineering. These are the two primary areas which you will be concentrating on, right?
Yeah,
and
a little bit of
both.
DevOps, but yes. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so the question was that you are going to spend 2 weeks on platform engineering and 2 weeks on data engineering. Is that the right assumption?
Yes, 4. Yes, exactly. 2 weeks on data
Okay,
engineering.
and in between there might be a little bit of overlap of DevOps as well.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, right, we are kind of going for 4 weeks. It can stretch to 5th week as well. It's no, but we just want to put a boundary around it. We don't want to take a lot of time, like 6 to 8 weeks, then cover it. We don't want to do that. Rather, I would get the concepts out quickly, then focus on the real stuff. That's the approach we are taking. So like platform engineering, I would, get you to learn the S3, VPC, or a few other things, ELBA, EAC2, and data engineering, hey, I'll get Python, Hadoop, couple of things, and into some of the data services, and quickly go on then after the 4 weeks over, when we do your preparation, that's where we'll focus on projects and use cases and all that stuff. Okay. So that you are not only preparing for the project, you are getting ready for the real job. And that approach we have found much more interactive and in smaller groups as well by that time. I think that works out pretty good. So,
Okay.
so 4 weeks preparation, I would say another 4 weeks, as we are applying, as we are getting ready for the projects, that second level of preparation will go on the side.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
And that's where you will do the real work. That's where you will get to know the real work. Whatever you learned in the 4 weeks, you'll use it that time. That means you'll building glue jobs. You'll be creating S3 buckets. Now you are moving from ingest bucket to raw vehicle, transform layer, moving to Redshift, creating data warehouse. So that's what it will happen in the second month, I would say. Because unless you do it, you can pretty quickly forget all this academic stuff. So you don't want to spend a lot of time on academics. Rather quickly go over the academics and do the real work.
So during this hands-on, are we going to use our own AWS account, or you have got something to play with for us?
You can use your own AWS account, but it's not that pricey anyway. I have been using my own AWS account for many training and all that. So max I can consume is even sometimes even after I forget some of the stuff, still it doesn't go beyond $10 a month. So.
Okay.
And we have free tier. Yeah, go ahead, please.
So all the sessions like weekday and weekend sessions, it will be only online or any in-person sessions you are conducting?
We used to have in-person training for many years, but last year after this COVID thing, it has become all online, and it has worked fine. I mean, we have not seen any difference in terms of quality and all that. So it has, in fact, it has been working great online because we are available anytime. To tell you truth, every day evening 7 o'clock we have a session going on. So if it would have been in person, I don't know whether I would be going to we used to be a classroom in Dallas area. So for 3-4 years. So, but I think this works out perfect. We have not seen any lapse or any degradation in the quality of training with. And again, we all can come online, have your videos on as well. So
I got it.
But the whole corporate US America is running online now, right?
I just want to make sure. I mean, either weekday or weekend classes, it will be going on in person like that. You have mentioned in the description, so I just want to confirm.
Absolutely. I think in person will maybe May, June time. That's when we'll get started. But yeah, another 6 months probably.
As I said, all we need is commitment from you. We will make you work. We will make you learn things.
As much as you guys have the aspiration to learn, we have the aspiration or goal to place you. Until you get placed, our job is not done because we are not getting anything otherwise, right? As I said, so we'll be spending 2 months on you. If we don't place you, it's
No, you see, you'll be part of the core team, right?
Exactly.
Practice building on people like you. So all we need is a commitment, but the rest we will be taking care.
So it's a win-win. That's what I'm saying. As much as vested interest we have also vested interest. Just to be very honest, right? To make you successful, right? So it is for both, right? So it's not just hey train and let them go and let them find whatever they want to know. Our job doesn't finish until you guys get the job and you get placed in our project. That's not.
So what kind of projects, live projects you'll be giving us to work on? Like after the training is over?
Cover that.
It's a pure data engineering, like in a real-time situation, how the data is being processed in various layers in data lake, which is in S3 or Redshift. It's a data warehouse database. Or we
Just
have
for
a
example, right? Yeah, I would say give you example to right. Hey, we are doing a migration from on-premise, maybe Teradata or Oracle to cloud and building a data warehouse on cloud, right? When you say building data warehouse on cloud, you will choose data warehouse service on cloud, which is called Redshift, right? And if you have to ingest it and do some store it somewhere in AWS, now we are choosing the storage called S3. Now, if you have to do some processing, what I was doing on-prem with using ETL tools like Informatica and all that, now I have to do using Glue or any Spark, right? So, right. So the project will be, hey, it's a data migration from this to the cloud and building data warehouse or creating a data lake in cloud, right? So those kind of what do you call requirements are 70 to 80%, right? As people are migrating from their on-prem applications to cloud, which is happening pretty much everywhere, right? And AWS being the one of the leaders, right? Most of the companies, going on the AWS way. So most of the project you will see in the cloud world. Of course, we'll be very quickly adding Azure, which is Microsoft Cloud, as well as GCP, which is the Google Cloud, in next couple of 2-3 months. But AWS being the leader, I think the chances of getting projects in AWS is much higher than the others.
So are they similar to the real-time projects that are being used in the workplace, or how is it? Is it different, or how is it?
So you are saying the projects that we'll do in the class, if they're different from the real time, is that your question, Deepa?
Yeah. That's what I asked.
Yeah, in the quality wise, it will be pretty much like what we do at work. Of course, the volume and all that we cannot replicate. There will be dealing with terabytes of data. Here probably will be less volume of data. But
Yeah.
if I'm building the data layers, it will be pretty much equivalent. If I'm writing some modules that will do some data transformation, those will be qualitatively, they will be the same. Right? If I'm building a data warehouse, I'm creating summary tables, let's say on Redshift. So you'll get the idea, or it will be structured like a real project. Difference is the volume and the complexity. But other than that, you'll get, that we cannot replicate, because you need a real volume and all that. But you will get 70 to 80% of the idea how the project is done.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Ratikant.
Any other questions? All right, so seems like everybody's got their answers. So was there a question? I'm sorry, did I interrupt? All right. So what I will do, right, as I said, the next batch, or our starting on Saturday, I'll send out emails, and I'll personally reach out to each of you, and we can have a discussion quickly, and in the next couple of days we'll finalize our student list, right? Again, as I said, we are looking for committed people. We are ready to work. We just want to see who are ready to work with us, and just take it to we'll go to the next level, right? So I'll reach out from our team. We'll reach out to you and get your enrollment started, so that you all are ready for Saturday class.
Okay. Thanks for
Right. Any other questions? Otherwise, we can conclude for today. But as I said, I will reach out to each one of you. I have most of your emails and phone number. And if I don't have phone number, definitely I will ask you over the email, that we can talk about the phone.
Okay, thank you, Ratika. Yeah.